Are you tired of feeling overwhelmed and stressed out by the constant barrage of distractions and clutter in your life? Do you want to finally take control of your surroundings by creating a more intentional and peaceful lifestyle? Well, you're in for luck. In this video, I will be sharing with you 10 minimalist habits that's going to simplify and streamline your life in 2023. From practical steps to decluttering your home and workspace to simple self-care routines and mindfulness practices, these powerful habits are going to completely transform your daily routine so that you will be able to create a more focused and fulfilling life. So get ready to take charge of your life and start your minimalist journey with these 10 powerful minimalist habits. I'm Taniastanly and welcome back to my channel. The first one is planning your meals on a weekly basis. The biggest benefit of weekly meal planning is that number one, you are not going to waste your time and exhaust your brain calories thinking about, oh my God, what am I going to cook today? What recipes do I look for? No. Second thing, it's going to save a lot of the trips that you're going to make to the grocery store because you don't have to go to the grocery store thinking, oh my God, I don't have garlic. I just have to go now and get it. And number three, you are also going to be eating a lot of healthy meals because you have home cooked meals every day of the week. And number four, you're saving a lot of money because when you go to the grocery store, although you went there just to get garlic, you then end up seeing something like a snack bar and you're like, okay, that looks healthy, maybe I should get it. So you are buying things that you don't necessarily need and in this way wasting money. So how do you do it? I sit down on every Sunday evenings to plan my meals in advance for the full week, and then once I'm done with that, I buy my groceries as well. One of the biggest tips I'm going to give you is that I repeat the same meals every 2 days, which means that I'm only going to cook every alternate days. So if I'm cooking on Monday, I'm going to be cooking extra portions for Tuesday as well, which means I'm going to be having the same breakfast, lunch and dinner on Monday and Tuesday. I write my grocery list subsequently. While writing my meals, I also think about the recipes and I can get my grocery list ready as well. Once this is done, I will place my orders at say 8 or 9 o'clock in the evening, and then the entire shopping list will arrive the next day by 8 a.m. in the morning. I'm sorry, my voice is a little raspy, but I'm still doing this for you. So hit the like button. Just joking. The second one has been setting aside 10 minutes a day in the morning for daily meditation. I cannot explain how life-changing this has been for an anxious career mom like me. In the past, what I would do is every time I get stressed out or overwhelmed or I identify a problem and I know that I'm supposed to be doing something about it, but I'm not exactly sure where to start, I would just sleep. I would procrastinate. I would do nothing. So Ray Dalio says in the book of Principles that we are always going to be constantly facing problems and pain in life. So the best thing we could do is learn how to manage pain, and setting aside 10 minutes in the morning for meditation has been the best form of pain management for me. What I used to do initially is wake up in the morning, go outside in my lawn and then sit there for 10 minutes and just watch the birds, look at the trees, the flowers, feel the grass that I'm sitting on and so on. So this is something that was mentioned in The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And then I gradually increased the time that I was spending on meditation. And let me tell you, if you are not able to control your thoughts, do not get disheartened. The biggest achievement is if you're able to do 17 seconds of sitting down idle and thinking about nothing. That is a big achievement. If you're able to do that, well, guess what? It's progress. So once you're able to do that, then you're going to slowly start increasing the time. And now I'm able to sit in a room idle for an hour easily. And it always gets me started in the right tone. I feel peaceful and calm the rest of the day. The days I do not do meditation, I am an angry bitch. Thank you. Number three, setting time limits on your social media app. We live in the information age, which means that there's basically a handful of powerful men sitting in Silicon Valley, spending billions of dollars in trying to understand how to manipulate us so that we spend so much more time on social media apps and on our phone. Why? So that they can make money off of our attention. Now, the biggest misconception that we have, or I used to have, is that I would think the reason why I'm addicted to my phone is my fault. That's not the case. These are guys who are spending billions on research to understand human habit formation so that they can manipulate us. So it's not us, it's them. And right now, I'm still able to get a hang of all the technology and the latest developments that's happening, although still not to the full extent. But I know that there's going to come a time where I will not be able to keep up with technology. What's going to happen to me then? Am I going to be one of those obsolete human beings that don't fit into the social media cool world and then I'm going to be this invisible person? What's going to happen to my kids? case, what's going to happen to us? We are losing control of our life, our family time, our happiness, and our kids learn from the adults. We are the ones spending so much time on our phones. Obviously, the kids are also going to be repeating the same trajectory. So we need to take control of our lives back. The right way to do this would be to do a complete digital detox, which means that you could delete all of your social media apps from your phone and then use just the desktop version. So when you're forced to stick to the desktop version, it means that you'll have to go and sit in front of your desktop and then use it. So there's a little added restriction or obstacle that comes in the way, right? Instead of you having your phone every time and just open it and then keep scrolling. The way I do it is by setting time limits, but I keep a 15-minute time limit so that after I use 15 minutes on that particular app, it's going to pop up with a reminder saying you have crossed your time limit. I can choose to ignore the time limit and continue using the app, but at least it's going to remind me that you have crossed that 15 minutes. So all of these added restrictions are good for you and taking control back of your life. Number 4. Turning off notifications of your work emails and chats. I'm not sure why I didn't do this earlier. You know what happens during the weekends, right? I have my notifications on, and then there would be some colleagues who decide not to do any work during the weekdays and then decide to work only during the weekends. When they decide to just send a chat or an email during my weekend, I am automatically tempted to look what the message is about and then going to my laptop and start working. This is against the entire policy of what a weekend or a break is for, which is to rest and reset. The day I decided to turn off notifications during my break days is when I completely felt rested, rejuvenated, and refreshed for the upcoming week. I was in fact missing work during my weekend. A very simple habit, but so worth it. By the way, if you've been liking the video so far, do make sure to hit the like button. Number 5, using one place to jot down all of your work and life events. My work-related events and meetings come up on Teams, whereas my life-related events are jotted down on the Apple's iCalendar. Both of these are not interlinking with each other, which is a problem. What has happened in the process is that because of this poor process in which I plan my life and my work, I have had events where I have a very important meeting at work and I also have my child's sports day or parent-teacher meeting happening on the same day, but then I lose track of both of it. So what's the solution to that? This is what I figured out works best for me. Because work-related calendar is something that I'm forced to look at every single day because I'm going to work, I have now started plugging in my life-related events into my work calendar, such as PE day coming up, sports day coming up, anniversary, birthdays, parties, etc. are plugged into my work-related calendar. So that when a meeting is scheduled on that particular day and I notice that I have an important life event, I would reschedule the work event or vice versa. I also do have a physical planner because instances have happened where my daughter has decided to just throw my phone down the toilet bowl or my laptop just decides to stop working. And none of these excuses are quality excuses for you to go and tell your manager that this is what happened and this is why I missed this important meeting, which is why I have a physical planner as well where I jot down everything. Number 6, spending 10 to 15 minutes at the end of your workday planning the next day. Again, one of those powerful habits which is very simple but life-changing. This has reduced my anxiety attacks, helped me be more prepared for work the next day, increased my productivity and improved my time management skills, improved my focus at work. Also, one of the best advantage of daily planning is that you start tracking your days. And once I started tracking my days, I realized that even though I'm always stressed out and tired at the end of the day, the reason why I'm never productive is because I'm tackling the to-do list, which is easier to do but non-essential for work, career or life. So how do I do it? So what exactly is daily planning? Daily planning is basically an activity where you keep aside a certain amount of time to plan your next day by every minute and every hour. The way I do it is I have time blocked on my calendar that the last 10 to 15 minutes of every single work day would be spent on planning the next day. So if my work gets over at 5, from 4:45 to 5, it's me planning the next day. So in this way, I'm reminded to plan my day and I will never forget it. What I do during this time is that I would check all the meetings that I have the next day. If there are 2 meetings that are right next to each other, then I would try to move them aside. If there is any particular meeting that I feel I have kept aside 1 hour but I just need 30 minutes for that meeting, I would shrink the time required for that meeting. If I have a meeting that I feel like it's not necessary anymore, then I would send a cancellation for that particular meeting. I would also time block parts of my day for specific activities so that when I wake up the next day, I'm not going to wake up and think, oh, what am I going to do next? No. The first half an hour is for emails. The next half an hour would be for maybe any particular email that would require me to do some additional work or maybe a report, then I would keep a 15-minute break. Then I would have the next half an hour for probably another report or another meeting. And in this way, I have it planned out the entire day in advance. This keeps me mentally prepared for the next day so that I know that if today is going to be a jam-packed day, I would wake up early morning and do all of my morning routine. Or if it's just a relatively easier day, then I would have a very slow morning. I would enjoy my cup of coffee, go for my walk, and take my own sweet time. If this is something that interests you and you want me to make a more elaborate video on how I plan my days, weeks, and months in advance, then just drop a yes in the comments below and I will create a video on that. Number 7, keep yourself hydrated. I have always kept a jar of water at my work desk so that I keep sipping on it at every minute. The thing is, our body doesn't understand if you're hungry or thirsty. Sometimes the cues of thirst are misunderstood as hunger. So when you're feeling thirsty, you might misinterpret it as you being hungry, and then you would go down and snack on it. But if you keep sipping on water, you could avoid munching on snacks and extra calories that's going to put on weight. Even when I'm going out, I would always carry a bottle of water so that I'm not tempted to go and buy junk just because I'm feeling thirsty. Number 8. Oops. Not bringing home any junk food. When I'm craving junk, I would take my car, go out and have junk, and then come back home empty-handed. I stopped buying junk in bulk when I'm going grocery shopping and then coming home and having junk at home at all times, because sometimes even when you're not hungry and you're just bored, you want to keep munching on stuff. But if you want to have some junk, you just go out, have it, and come back home. At home, you're always going to be having healthy meals.
Also, if I take this home, my mom is gonna throw me and the junk outs.
Number 9, spending 5 minutes in the morning for skincare. It's such a simple skincare routine, nothing elaborate, and it's got more to do with just massaging my face to increase blood circulation. What happened at the end of 30 days of me doing this is that my dark circles reduced visibly. I also do not have to spend money on facials every month. Number 10, the final one, keeping aside 5% of my income on investing. I started doing this only 1.5 years back after I started reading the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. Absolutely in love with this book. Please read the book. Why? Because he has broken it down into simple, actionable steps. It's not just about philosophy. It's about step 1, do this. Step 2, do this. Like, he's actually told you how to do it. Love the book, I Will Teach You to Be Rich. I will put it in the link below if you want to buy it from Amazon. Great book. Sarwa is a robo-advisor who is based in Dubai, where you can keep aside money and they're going to invest it into companies across the globe. What I realized at the end of investing for 1.5 years is that I've been able to actually save up money somewhere else and be able to spend money on things that I want guilt-free. What I used to do is I would just try to, hold on to money by putting it in the bank. And then when I have to buy something, which is, if I want to buy, let's say, a lipstick, I would think, oh, why would I buy that? I would just put it in the bank. I could save money there and I would feel really guilty about it. But as Ramit Sethi teaches in the I Will Teach You to Be Rich book, it's about learning how to prioritize the things that you actually want to spend money on and then feeling guilt-free about spending money on that so that you can hold on to your cash for the other things that you don't want to spend money on. Sarwa is something that I absolutely enjoy using because they are based in Dubai. They have their office also in Dubai. I've attended their events as well. I know who is behind the scene there. Their customer support is amazing. They have a WhatsApp chat. Someone's always there answering all of the questions that you have. Even if it's as silly and as dumb and as stupid as you think it would be, they don't look down on you. They answer your questions. And it's also very easy to transfer money from your banks in Dubai to the Sarwa account. There's no fees there. If you are going to start an account in Sarwa, you could use the link below so that you can get $50 to start investing in. Crazy. So you could use the link down there. As you may have noticed, none of the habits mentioned in today's video require you to do any elaborate preparation or invest a lot of money in. Minimalism is an absolute great way to simplify and declutter your life. So in 2023, I want you to start living your life a lot more intentionally. If you're going to start with any of the habits that I mentioned in the video today, do let me know which is the first one that you're going to try. If you enjoyed watching this video, do give this video a like and I will see you again in the next video. Bye.
You say you're special, one of a kind, one of the better boys. I'm on your level, that's what you say, but all I hear is noise.